It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news on Friday morning, County Commission Chairman Commissioner James Thomas, or County Commission Chairman Herschel Hires and Commissioner James Thomas and County Minister Ed Jeffers, along with Tax Commissioner Denise Griffiths, held a press conference for the purpose, Hires says, was to dispel some rumors about the financial shape of the county government. Press conference itself and the information presented Friday at the meeting is posted on the county website. Those present wanted to, one, clarify the difference between the total net position of the county and the general fund, two, to review the financial condition of the county's general fund, and three, give a review of the challenges and successes of managing the general fund and property taxes. Mainly the reason for the release of this information is to be a direct response to Commissioners Ralph Hickox and Kevin McCreary's appearance on the Butch and Bob Show, in which they stated that the county's revenues exceeded the county's expenditures over the past 4 years to the tune of $18 million. After the conference ended, they opened it up for questions. I asked the obvious question, which was, why are Commissioner Hickox and McCreary's figures so different than the information presented Friday? To which Chairman Herschel Hires responded that it's a lack of communication. Hires says both Hickox and McCreary simply don't ask the people that have the correct information. Hires says he has little communication with either Commissioner Hickox or McCreary. He says they have no communication with the administrator. He says they don't ask Tax Commissioner Denise Griffiths, who has all the tax information. So I responded simply the old Cool Hand Luke syndrome. What we have here is a failure to communicate, which is what has been the norm of the current board since the beginning, with an historic number of 3-2 votes, with Commissioners Hires, Thomas, and Roberts in the majority, and Commissioners Hickox and McCreary in the minority. The information presented Friday clarifies the position from the beginning when Administrator Ed Jeffers was hired as county administrator, that the county was in bad financial shape, and at the original retreat, Ed Jeffers laid out to all of his commissioners the dire county situation financially, asked for that $5 million increase to get the county back on sound footing. Jeffers said Friday that the people who were to be credited with the financial turnaround are the county employees, as everyone pitched in and cut costs and looked for ways to save money. Hires says the two commissioners, Hickox and McCreary, simply want to shoot the messenger. At Friday's event, the bottom line is that the county once again is looking at a decrease in the millage rate when the upcoming digest is presented. That really is the only common ground among all the commissioners, as McCreary and Hickox want a $2 million decrease. Hires and Jeffers would not commit Friday as to how big the millage decrease will be when they present the millage rate this year. Again, they're set to talk about the budget in the next couple of meetings. Again, once again, all this information presented Friday is up on the county's website. It's 13 pages of information with pie charts and numbers for over the past 4 years. We're hoping to have both Hires and Thomas this week on the Butch and Bob Show to present more of the information. Looking at the nuts and bolts of it, property taxes against the general fund. Property taxes, they state, are exclusively used for the general fund, and these taxes account for approximately 60% of the total revenues of the general fund. Property taxes are determined by the product of the millage rate and the assessed value of the taxable property. Millage rate is set each year by the Board of Commissioners from the value of the tax digest and the needs of the general fund. A financially sound setting of the millage rate is based on two major factors: the new growth of the tax digest and the general fund revenue and expense budget projections. Over the past decade, the value of a mill tax digest value has declined 2%, with dramatic swings up and down in between. Through these swings, the millage rate stayed fairly constant until 2017, despite the budget increase in 2016. After a significant increase in 2018, the millage rate was reduced in 2020 by $1 million based on the measured improvement of the tax digest and the general fund budget projections. Same basis will be applied in 2021. While there is new growth happening in Wayne County, some of the major new growth investments have incentives that delay the contribution to the tax digest by several years. With the tax increase in 2018, the expectation and goal was to get the county in a more financially stable condition and to start reducing the millage rate within 2 years as new growth of the tax digest and budgets allowed. This commitment was kept with a millage rate reduction of $1 million in 2020. Having a financially stable general fund is essential in maintaining and improving the assets of the county, as well as being able to meet the demands for improved new services. The capability of handling unexpected expenditures is a necessity. This means having the cash to meet these requirements. To that point, the 2017 audit shows on December 31st, there was less than $600,000 available cash, and this is with a tax due date of November 2018, with monthly payables of between $1.6 million and $2 million. This is also after property taxes were due in November of 2017. The 2019 audit shows improvement with $6.8 million on hand on December 31st, with the same monthly payables and tax due date of November 2020. In the past, borrowing money from Peter to pay Paul was essentially how the county managed cash flow. In recent years, borrowing against taxes due in November dropped from $4.5 million borrowed in 2017 to currently a borrowing estimate of $1 million to $2 million in mid to late summer of 2021. In addition, $500,000 of the $1 million owed to the GO bond has been repaid, as well as $3.68 million of the $4.7 million which was owed to the T-SPOS with in-kind general fund money spent for the road work. Although the reckoning of the county's financial condition was very painful, the county's financial position, they state, has improved, and lessons learned from this reckoning have formed the basis of the current strategies and objectives in managing the county's financial business. These strategies and objectives are to manage the budgets to meet the demands required of this government and the desires of the county's citizens to have the capability to weather the unexpected, to strive to minimize the burden of the taxpayer, and to continuously plan for a better future for Wayne County. Finally, at the meeting, both Chairman Hires and Commissioner Thomas praised the work of Administrator Ed Jeffords and the help of Tax Commissioner Denise Griffiths. Hires says the bottom line is that Ed Jeffords is the person who painted the bleak picture of the county's financial situation when he came on board and told all the commissioners it was going to be a very difficult period of time to get the county's financials in order and manageable, and Hires says that is where the county is now, and he credits both Jeffords and Griffiths for their leadership. Once again, the press conference held this past Friday. Once again, all the information in the press conference all available on the county's website. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Jesup City Commissioners have another special call meeting set for tomorrow at 5 p.m. at City Hall. Once again, the only item on the agenda is an executive session to discuss personnel. At their last meeting, they held an executive session for over an hour and came back and announced that no action was taken. Again, another call meeting set for tomorrow at 5 p.m. Once again, the only item on the agenda, executive session to discuss personnel. This past Friday, Wayne Memorial Hospital offered free Moderna vaccine shots for 2 hours, and the report is that 45 residents took advantage and received their first shots. Moderna is a 2-shot process. They'll have to wait a few weeks before receiving the second dose. Meanwhile, with schools about to open, health officials are encouraging all teachers to get vaccinated if they haven't already. With the resurgence of COVID-19, health officials worried if the trend continues, we could be back to school officials having to make difficult decisions. Worldwide surge began hitting Georgia this month. Hospitalizations in the state have increased 40% from July 14th through the 21st. In that same time period, coronavirus cases in the state of Georgia have gone up 55%. Once again, public health officials encouraging everyone who hasn't been vaccinated to simply to do just that, get vaccinated. Wayne County and Wayne County school systems set to open on August 9th. The high school is holding a freshman orientation on Thursday, August 5th from 1 p.m. in the high school auditorium. All incoming freshmen and their parents are invited to take part in this freshman orientation. Open house for all schools in Wayne County set for August 5th. It'll begin at 3:30 until 6 p.m. for all grade levels. Student schedules, they state, will be printed or downloaded from the parent-student portal. Schedules will go live on August 4th at 5 p.m. If you have a concern with repeated courses, blank spots in the schedule, or pathway completion needs, please use the Google form on the high school counseling page to log your issue. They state all problems must be submitted by August 11th at 5 p.m. Adjustments will be made if deemed necessary within the first week of school. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes of news, the dates for the Grand Slam fishing tournament have been set for August 21st and 22nd. Again, they state the tournament begins that Saturday at 12 noon, continues until Sunday at 12 noon. This year's tournament will need 50 boats pre-registered to make a Grand Slam event. It will be the heaviest weigh-in of one of each of 3 out of 5 species: catfish, mudfish, gar, bass, and panfish. Tournament price will be determined by the number of entries. Weigh-in and tournament headquarters will be at J.C. Fairgrounds at J.C. Landing. Those fishing in the tournament can put in anywhere on the Altamar River and fish anywhere they have legal permission to do so. But they must be in line at weigh-in at J.C. Fairgrounds by that 12 noon on Sunday, August 22nd. Also, fishermen are allowed 2 bush hooks per boat, with the hooks clearly tagged and removed prior to weigh-in. Entry fee is $50 per fisherman, with a minimum of at least 2 paid entries to a boat. Registration forms can be picked up at the Tourism Board office at the depot. Registration is available online at active.com. Under 16 can fish for free, 1 youth for 1 registered adult. Please indicate the age of the youth on the registration. For more information, check out the event website at waynetourism.com or call the Tourism Board office at 427-3233. Again, back at the request of fishermen, the Wayne County Board of Tourism's Grand Slam Tournament on the mighty Altamar River set for August 21st and 22nd. Again, they ask that you register as quickly as possible. And Odom Homecoming presenting End of Summer Outdoor Movie Night this Friday, July 30th, 8 p.m. at the Odom Train Depot. It's free to the public. They ask you to bring your own chair, blanket, or golf cart. Concessions will be available for sale at the Townhouse. movie will start at dark. Again, it's Disney's The Last Dragon. Again, movie night this coming Friday night, July 30th at the Odom Train Depot at 8 p.m. And that's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgans, have a great day.